Hey guys, Preston here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing the post-game reaction to Notre Dame versus Louisville. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not in my usual location. I am in a hotel just outside Chicago right now, getting ready to leave the butt crack of dawn tomorrow morning to head to Florida. But hey, so that's why I wasn't able to get out proper, my usual post-game reactions. I don't have notes. I don't have my laptop, so I can't look at the stats or anything like that. I briefly looked at them right before I started filming, but it's not like I'm going to remember that. Either way, this video will probably be quicker than usual because of that. Notre Dame won 12-7, so not great. Definitely, if I had time to make a preview video, which I didn't, by the way, previews for this game or the Steelers game, unfortunately, so, because of it's my last week in my English class, so there's a lot of work to be done. I had to finish an 8-page essay. I actually finished it at like 4 a.m. last night before I headed to Chicago. So, that's always great. Regardless, we're here now. I should be able to get up at least post games for the next week's games too, so don't worry about that. I'll be back home by then, able to watch those previews, and we'll see. But this is instant thoughts. Not real formulated today. Disappointed, to say the least. A disappointing game. 12-7 was the final score, in case any of you wondered. Notre Dame did get the win, but not by much and not convincingly. This game almost was like the opposite of last game, but amplified. So last game, the defense struggled and looked kind of rough, and I was like, oh, come on, defense. And the offense looked fire and was scoring every time. They're scoring at will. But at least in that game, the defense was really they were rough more in the first half than the second, and 10 of those points came from turnovers by the special teams and offense. This game, the defense looked great again. We won because of the defense, so huge shout out to the defense. We have that pretty explosive Louisville offense to only 7 points. And I will give Louisville's defense credit. I mean, they did good things. They did a good job. But also, they're getting up like 36 points a game before this game. And we only scored 12 on them. Our red zone efficiency was absolutely atrocious. I don't know if it's play calling, the way the players were playing overall. Probably a combination of both. But we had to settle for 2 field goals in the red zone. And one of the times we went for a fake field goal, didn't even get the first down. So to walk away with only 6 points on 3 red zone trips is disappointing, to say the least. We did get 1 touchdown later in the game, and we failed the 2-point conversion. Javon McKinley had like 4 drops, which is always disappointing. I mean, the DB did a good job separating him from the ball, but I mean, he's got to hold on to those. In general, the team did not do what it was supposed to do, especially on offense. It wasn't all Ian Book. There's people already on Instagram and social media calling for the benching of Ian Book. He looked bad. He missed throws. He missed a possible touchdown pass to Michael Meyer early in the game. But to be fair, I'm going to be a homer right now. I'm going to try to defend him a little bit. Don't kill me. The reality is the backup quarterback's always the most popular player in football, especially in college. We all know that. I mean, that's why we called for Book when Wimbush was starting. Granted, that one was right, though, so maybe who knows. However, there was 30-mile-an-hour winds throughout that game. The wind was all over the place in that stadium from everything I've heard. And so it's something that we're going to have to deal with. Granted, the Louisville quarterback didn't look that bad. I think he got hurt at one point, but regardless. So that's part of the reason those throws were missed. Also, the offensive line was uncharacteristically bad today. 4 sacks given up and could not run the ball for most of the game. It was just ridiculous. We were getting no push on a definitely smaller, weaker Louisville front. We're supposed to have the top line in college football, and they 100% did not play like that today. It was awful. They didn't look good. I mean, there's a couple plays they splashed a little bit, but 4 sacks is unacceptable. And Ian Book had to hold on to the ball, though. So I guess it's a little bit of the offensive line playing down, which they did because you could tell from the run game alone. But also, none of our wide receivers were getting open again. It didn't help that Braden Lenzy missed. I don't think he got many snaps. He had some sort of soft tissue injury again. And I swear they didn't work Kevin Alston in enough either. There's 2 kind of plays where he splashed. All right, so anyway, sorry, guys. I got off track there. Defensively, like I said, I saw a lot of great things. They failed to produce a turnover, which isn't great. You want to look for that, especially when we have the playmakers that we have. Holding the 7 points is impressive nonetheless. Sorry, guys. I have people coming in and out of my room. I got to keep pausing it. Back to Book, though. I talked about the defense. They needed to make turnovers. They didn't, which was unfortunate. But that's a nitpick because, like I said, they did a good job. Held this pretty explosive Louisville offense to 7 points all game. There was plays here and there that were pretty rough. But, hey, did their job. Held them to 7. Ian Book, again, just to keep going with that. Like I said, he had hold on to the ball forever because wide receivers weren't good open. He was constantly pressured. Dude got sacked 4 times, like I said. So just an uncharacteristic day by the offense as a whole. His passes weren't great. I mean, like I said, the win probably played a factor, but still, you got to make some of those. All right, so overall, not great. Like I said, I definitely want to see a lot more. Great job defense, horrible job offense. If we could just get these teams to figure it out, if our offense could play the way they did against Florida State all game, and if the defense can play the way they played today every game, that's a winning formula right there. Right now, I'm not real confident going into a Clemson game in a couple weeks. So they got some stuff to figure out. These wide receivers still haven't emerged. Each game, there's been one of them who's done decent, but we need one of them to fully break out, and it's kind of drive me crazy until we do. But I'm not overacting as much as some people have. Don't melt down, Notre Dame fans. I think we'll be fine. It's not great, but hey, I mean, it could be worse. We got the win. It's all that matters at the end of the day. The offense has work to do, that's for sure. Good job, defense. Defense gave me relief. But they need to sync up now. Now it's time to the sync up is when you get the championship teams, is when the units can play together and mesh really well, you know. And so far we haven't really had that. We've had games where the defense has done great and games where the offense has done great. Not together. Let's hope we get that. I believe we play Pitt next. Forgive me if I'm wrong. That's a game we need to win and we should win. Let's get this offense going. Let's see if they can put some points up against actually a pretty good Pitt defense. So that'll actually be a tougher challenge than this week. But they got to figure it out. So let's go get this done. Positive news, no new COVID or injury information that I am aware of except the Lindsay soft tissue injury. So, good job. It came out healthy. Got to win. Not much more to ask for. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about this game. Any nitpicks you want to make. Who's your player of the game? I forgot to do that. Honestly, I don't want to give it to anyone offensively. I'll go Kyron, though. I think Kyron Williams did just enough. Helped put away the game at the end of the game. Yes, that's the sentence. With some of those runs for first downs on like second and longs and stuff. His line didn't do as well for him today, but he still made the most of it when he could get off some people. He did it. So Kyron Williams is your offensive player of the game. Defensively, I don't know. They all did enough. I don't think anyone ever stood out though, because like I said, we didn't register a sack. Even a pass defense or interception was not listed on Bleach Report. Hamilton did have at least one, though, so I'm going to give it to Kyle Hamilton. Led the team in tackles again. Had at least one pass deflection on a pretty impressive play where he didn't get a PI or anything. So shout out to Hamilton doing what he does, one of our best players on defense. All right, guys, so like I said, let me know your players of the game, how you thought about this game, you think will be fine for next week, etc. Anything you want to talk Notre Dame football, feel free to comment below. I'll be more than happy to respond. This is KMA Preston signing out. Go Irish. Make sure to subscribe.